really punishes any sort of misplay from IG. And you could tell that they were a little bit not too experienced with the lineup.
Right.
And again, they didn't put out early aggression. Wisp just fed from 20 minutes onwards. So did Chen. And I mean, it was a nice try by them. But I think if they perfected it, they could do a lot better. And they have much more room to improve. Again, Navi strategy, a little bit easier to execute, much safer strategy, and they pulled it off pretty well.
And now, sorry.
I was very disappointed that game with IG actually, or with Navi rather. You wanna know
With
why?
Navi. Why
'Cause
with Navi?
they could have done the perfect gold strat. They didn't have a Doombrainer, but they had track gold. They had Alchemist Greeble Greed. Where's the Doom, Navi? Where's the Doom?
Where's the Midas on Puppy?
Or
too?
5 Midas.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 Midases,
As
a
well.
Doom pick. That was what was missing. but
Refresher Midas.
Refresher
not?
Devour.
where's
Let's
that? What's
go.
that new hero
Zed,
that can?
the Arc Warden.
Yeah, he can. He
With
can have
Midas.
2 Midases at once.
Yes. And Midas on Lord Druid as well.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait until he's ported to Dota.
By
2.
the way, Navi has the first pick now because IG had the first pick and the Wisp.
Oh, they better ban
They
Wisp.
better ban Wisp.
No Wisp.
They'll ban Wisp. I would be very surprised because
Ban
they.
OD as well.
I'm sorry.
Ban OD as well.
I don't,
I
think
don't
OD
think so.
I think Alchemist was the big problem.
All these beatable.
Alchemist was such a monster. I like how you call him the Havost, not
The
Havost.
Havost.
Did I say that?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
That's good. Let's go with that.
The Havos. Okay.
All right, guys, it's a best of 5. Now Navi lead it 1-0. It's your lower bracket finals for the Alienware Cup. Be sure to check out the Alienware Cup on Facebook, Twitter, as well as YouTube, all of them /Alienware Cup. You can also visit their website at alienwarecup.com. Support the sponsors. It really does make a big difference. Alienware, as well as MasterCard. We appreciate all your support for the stream. We'll be right back with Game 2. Navi now leading 1-0.
Let's keep this for later. Welcome back to the game 2.
There's a game going on?
Yeah, apparently. There's a game going on about a team called Natis Bunchere or something like that.
The host?
Yeah, the host.
Versus the IG?
Versus the IG.
Nice.
IG too strong. But they lost game 1. Now I said that this was going to a 5-game series, so do you think Navi, I mean, you said like 5 games as well.
Yes.
And I think you said IG 3-2, right? IG 3-2, sorry. I was for Natis Bunchere. So do you think this next game is IG or will be like IG, sorry, or will be Natis Bunchere taking 2 and then
I still
the
have
big comeback?
it's
It's really hard to say.
I still think IG will win. I think they went something like a little bit unusual because it was the first game. You have 4 more to play, hopefully for them, or hopefully for everybody,
Yeah.
and they can just throw it away. No big deal.
So now Natis Bunchere getting the first pick, but IG dominating the game, right?
Not
That's-
dominating,
Barely winning.
barely winning.
Barely winning. I like that. And with that said, we're going into the game, which has been already started. LD, Luminous, it's all yours.
Welcome to the casting desk, and now welcome into the game. It's IG versus Navi. Game number 2 in a best of 5. Navi leading 1-0. We will see the Wisp ban by IG. No surprises there whatsoever. It didn't work for them in game 1, but they're certainly not going to give it away. They've been burned by this one a few times too many. Too many balls to the wall, too many balls in the face. They'll ban it out. Of course, I'm joined here by Lumi. How you doing, Lumi?
Not many balls for Navi as Wisp is banned out. So that's the critical ban that we're looking for. That happened. Darkster and Rubik's going to be IG's first pick, but seems like Alchemist is going to make a triumphant return for Navi. I still think that's going to be a one-row Alchemist, though, with Navi. Sometimes Puppy plays it on the 4 or 5, so we have to wait and see.
Yeah, there's those jungle heroes available as well. We've seen both teams love to use them at times. Chuan on his Chen is Enchantress, the same for Puppy. Puppy went to the Enigma last game. We'll see if they continue to use it, but they have not been afraid to. That is now the second time in 2 days. Enigma's starting to make a small resurgence here. But if they want it, they're not going to pick it now. They'll save it for much later in the draft, and they will snap up the Chen here.
Oh, well, Chen being picked up generally, we're not going to see Enigma, most likely, because the 2 heroes have to share a jungle. Generally, both Puppy plays Chen, both... okay, what I'm trying to say is that Chen plays both... okay, let's try that one
Chen's
more
not
time.
a player.
Chen's not a player. He could be a player, but Puppy plays both Chen and Enigma, generally, and I don't think we're going to see this game. Stormstrid and Puck generally will be probably banned out by Invictus Gaming, and then looks like Gyrocopter being banned out by Navi.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they go from here, but they get the Chen early, the Alchemist as well, so a good farming lineup for them. Obviously, it'll be a bit harder for Alchemist this game to farm, because there is a Darkseer in this game. There'll be a lot more pressure on his lane early if IG run an offlane Darkseer. Could slow down Havos's farm at least a little bit, but he still finds a way. Normally he does. And with a Chen and Alk, if they get something like a Shadow Demon here for Kuroki, any sort of initiating disable, you can kill a Darkseer in the offlane, so maybe it'll even start in the jungle. I do like the Rubik pick from IG because it also denies Kuroki his Rubik without having to waste a ban on it. I think that's pretty smart. We'll now see a Storm Spirit ban, and once again, IG, the second game in a row where in the second stage of the bans, they start banning out Dendi heroes. We'll see it again here.
Now, Storm and Puck is my prediction for IG bans. They did it last game, and no reason to not do it this game. Navi going to be banning out OD themselves. Quite interesting here. I haven't seen Invictus Gaming play OD.
What do they have in mind for Dendi? Normally, if you ban OD, it's because you want to run a bit of a weak. Well, obviously he's a strong hero mid, but especially if you want to run a weak mid, something like a DK, a Magnus, OD can really punish those picks in particular. Are they looking towards that fabled Dendi melee solo mid? They have a Chen. Dragon Knight normally is a good partner with Chen. Do you think Navi's thinking that direction?
I think Magnus might be pretty decent here, considering that Magnus give Alchemist even quicker farm. Like not that he needs it.
Not that he needs it.
Right, it gives you really, really good push as well and team fight. It's a nice hero in one package. It's gonna be a Puck pickup from Invictus Gaming, taking advantage of the fact that they do have the first pick out of the second ban phase.
And now it'll be a Puck, like you said. So they get a 430 solo mid. They get a pretty strong mid, and they also, again, I feel they're picking heroes that Navi like. So in this way, it's almost like banning those heroes. And but you get them for your own team. It's a strong 430 hero. I like that pick a lot. And now IG's ability to fight is pretty versatile. They can team fight with Puck and Darkseer in the mid game. They can gank at level 6 once Puck gets Dream Coil. Rubik is a good smoke ganking hero. They have the early mech on the Darkseer. They can 5-man. If they want to take this later, they've got 2 natural Hex carriers, so it's a very versatile opening from IG. And for Na'Vi, how are they going to respond? What do you think that third pick will be?
I think they're going to secure their offlane right now. I think Funnick could...
Is it a profit for Funnick?
Yeah, Prophet plays a decent... Goddamn. I keep calling heroes and players, and all messing up. I blame Bruno because I found out what a snowmaker sounds like. You know how a snowmaker sounds like?
I don't...
It's a lot of loud noises.
I am so confused by this conversation. You have no idea.
It's not even just a snowmaker. It's just a broken one because...
Do you mean a snow machine like for a ski resort?
Yeah. Snowmaker.
How did you...
Snow machine.
First of all, that sounds very wrong. But then secondly, how are you finding a snow machine in LA? Like, did you guys go to a ski resort
I
when
was sleeping right next to him, and he's snoring like a mad motherfucker.
How is that a snow
It's so fucking loud, and it's a snow machine that's broken.
I give your delivery for that joke a negative 20 out of 10 on the hexagon.
But it was
that
a good
hexagon
joke.
Inverted on itself. It turned into a black hole. It sucked us all in with it, and we're now in the Twilight Zone. Jesus, Lumi.
Next assassin,
Get it together.
Next assassin gonna get picked. Fuck. Oh my god. I'm done. All right, LD, take it away.
Jakiro, your 4th pick for IG. More great team fight. Vacuum into Ice Path. Fantastic little combo. Na'Vi go for the Nyx this game. Could be potent, but there are ways for IG to deal with that Nyx. The silence, surging heroes away that are caught, Vacuum, Ice Path counter initiation. The silence as well from Puck could be huge. So I think they have tools to deal with this Nyx. They also have heroes that farm pretty well, which you'll need to do because you need extra sentries against that hero. Windrunner, your 4th pick. Is this a Dendi solo mid Windrunner?
It definitely could be. I was actually expecting Nyx Assassin to go mid against Puck. I feel like the matchup is fairly easy for Nyx Assassin to win it. Mana Burn really keeps Puck away from ganking, although I haven't seen Nyx Assassin being handled by Puck before, so I'm with you here. I'm actually thinking it's going to be Windrunner being handled by
the Dendi runner.
Dendi, yeah.
A creature of legend, that redhead. Maybe Dendi's gotten his hair dyed as well. He's got a new girlfriend. He's poached 430's girlfriend.
Wait, are they actually dating, or is this just a picture?
Well, she's sitting on his lap. There's clearly something going on there.
Well, who doesn't want to sit on Dendi's lap? Let's just leave it at that.
Dendi claws. IG, their 5th pick now here. We'll see a ban out on the TA. So IG do not think this is a Dendi Windrunner. They're thinking that Dendi hero still has not been secured, so they ban out one of his signatures. A hero that can punish a Puck mid in the TA. Hard to find a kill, but pretty easy to out-CS him once you, say, hit level 3 and work your way towards 5. So, interesting ban from IG. I still think it could be a Dendi Windrunner mid. And Na'Vi, their final ban will be a carry. It'll be the Spectre.
Oh.
And IG have gone full, do whatever it takes to win. They'll go PL. The boos ring out from the desk. Bruno, he's throwing bananas at the screen right now, but it won't stop IG. They've gone full Phantom Lancer.
Why is there any boost? This hero's ain't even winning. This hero ain't even doing well. It's going to be a Dendi Shadow Fiend on the mid lane against a Puck from Ferrari. That should be a very, very nice matchup to watch. Of course, Puck generally has the advantage in that lane, although Dendi been playing out of his mind lately. So we'll have to wait and see. Na'Vi in the lower bracket finals of the Alienware Cup. Up 1 game in this best of 5 series. Dendi going to be playing solo mid on the Shadow Fiend. Funnick offlane Windrunner most likely. Although, with that said, he's got 500 gold saved up. We'll have to wait and see what he's actually purchasing. Havos on the Alchemist. We have Puppy playing the Chen. Last but not least, Kuroki handling the Nyx.
It's game 2 of a best of 5, and IG, they're trailing. They are 0-1 in this best of 5. If they lose, the road will end here. Both teams fighting for a right to face off against LGD China. Yesterday, they punched their ticket to the grand finals of the Alienware Cup, brought to you by Alienware, MasterCard, and DPM Interactive. IG, on the dire side, they'll need to try and find a win here. If they want to get any momentum, they're going to go right up to the Ancients. IG caught 2 heroes in the stun. Now a 2-hero impale. That is not the way to start game 2 if you're IG. They might even lose more. Havost on the hunt. YYF no access to Surge. Twan does have a lift. The road will end here.
Wow.
They wanted to ward the Ancients. They thought it might be something that Funnick is farming. But to walk up 2 hills like that without vision, you are asking for trouble. So we'll introduce IG now, and then you could talk about what just happened. Lumi Zhou on the Phantom Lancer, Chuan on the Rubik. We'll have YYF in the jungle as the Darkseer. Faith, your support Jakiro, and your solo mid will be Ferrari 430.
The first blood actually went to Kuroki, and because of that, it's going to be a quick boots first. I do
Are
see
they done yet? That's a 2-hero impale. They might even look to engage. No follow-up stun. IG is just getting clobbered.
Ooh, I think what IG was actually doing is trying to ward off the Ancients, because Funnick has done this in the past. Get a Quelling Blade in the Windrunner, chop a whole bunch of trees here, and basically jungle the Ancients. It's actually quite doable, although haven't really seen it too much. I think this is the second time we've seen it. Also, Dandy took Shadow Rays at level 1 for that particular level 1 engagement, so until he hits level 2, he's really going to have a tough time, because all the last hits that he will be getting in lane is not going to go towards his damage output.
Yeah, he'll still get the gold. He'll still deny 430 a bit of experience, but like you said, it's going to slow him down a bit in the mid lane. Still, all of it worth it for a first blood, and most importantly, perhaps, they do protect the Ancients. Funnick power shotting through to clear the trees, and now we'll start to plink away. Like you said, Windrunner's actually pretty efficient at this, has a good attack animation, has good damage, and nice range. So it's not the most efficient offlaner. Obviously, you'd rather have something like a Darkseer in the jungle in terms of getting as much as possible out of lane, but Funnick will farm pretty quickly here.
Yeah, it's not too bad because she's quite powerful as a way to quickly go up to the top lane and defend that tower. Ferrari needs to be winning this lane very, very hard, and so far he's not doing so. And this goes back to what I said during the preview of game number 1, is that I believe Dendi will outplay Ferrari on the mid lane, just a straight up 1v1 matchup advantage. And Shadow Fiend definitely doesn't even have the advantage here. So
both teams, we could see those X factors coming into play. Puppey could come out of the jungle as the Chen. In fact, he's already placed an Observer Ward for Denny, so giving him as much assistance as possible. Along with a Sentry, they should spot a smoke gank coming as long as their watchful eyes are there. Nice wraparound by Faith. He's managed to Sentry Ward off the Ancients. He's done it before the 2-minute mark. 430 starting to gain a bit of an upper hand here, now 5-2, and putting the pressure on Dendy, who was pulled, but went with an early Wraith ban. We'll have to farm quite a bit to get that bottle.
I don't think this Sentry Ward actually does anything. I mean, it prevents creeps from spawning, but as long as Funnick takes down all 4 of these creeps, he's happy, right? Like, he's not actually stacking for Wild Beastmaster access or anything like that. He's just kind of right-clicking away, so not getting stack is not too much of a big deal.
430 still doing a pretty nice job denying mid lane. It's an even matchup, but we can look at the bigger trades overall, Lumi. That Windrunner farming in the jungle, it's a safe lane out, getting free farm, maxing Greevil's Greed early for Havost. Always what he likes to do on that safe lane out. PL, however, for show, free farming as well. Even CS there. Jungle Darkseer already level 2. Our Chen hitting level 2 as well. Has a Wildkin. Who do you favor in this early game? Who's getting the upper hand in terms of the trades?
If 430 plays well in the mid lane and finds himself a quick Blink Dagger, I think you definitely go with IG here, because Dendi, despite playing well in Shadow Fiend, his hero is not really capable of taking over the map in the way that the puck can. So my favor is on IG for sure.
Yeah, well, Na'Vi, obviously they've got dual cores this game. They've got the Windrunner as that semi-carry utility hero. They will deward the Ancients now, and it might be right before the spawn. 430 posting up mid. Is he really going to die for a first blood? It looks like he wants to go on Dendi. The silence is deployed. The orb cooling down. 1 hit away. Dendi will barely live. Oh, that was close, Lumi. He dodges a bullet there.
Wraithman doing work, damage, stats, nice.
And the 2 branches, everything he needs, just enough to live. Still Faith trying to stop this ancient jungling, but he'll drop another Sentry Ward. Now he's going to try and deward Funnick, but he doesn't have Ice Path, so Funnick will just kill it off. Oh, this is not good for Faith. 2 Sentry Wards, both of them now removed. And he's still level 1. I'm a little surprised they're investing this much, because end of the day, they do have a Jungle Darkseer who's getting a lot, and they could just be getting levels on that Jakiro. Everything instead going to Chuan. But a Twin-Headed Dragon is a support that needs quite a bit in terms of levels.
Yeah, you want to max that Ice Path, you want to max the Dual Breath, points into Liquefier is not too bad. Faith trying to take one of those bigger creeps. If he's gotten it, actually that would have been a great steal, but he's now getting zoned out by Funnick. Funnick, of course, like you said, with that great attack animation. And of course, a Blaze of Attack being picked up as well. He's really running him off the lane. I think he could actually maybe even go for a kill. Cancels the salve as well. Faith is just losing and denies a double damage. Funnick.
It's not
cheeky.
You know, we always talk about how much help Denny gets from his team to set him up for success, and it really is a team effort from Na'Vi. Even the offlaner giving him a lot of help in this game. They're dewarding for him. They're placing observer wards for him. They're denying runes to IG. IG, they know how important Dendi is to Na'Vi, but despite all their best efforts, he can't really be denied. 17-3 mid. Now that his damage starts to add up, it becomes harder and harder for 430 to keep him out of lane. A little bit slow on the phase shifts here. Actually, phase shift was cooling down, it looks like. But
yeah, he used it once already.
Yeah, unable to miss these raises. And overall for Na'Vi, level 4 on the Chen. Puppey did have a Wildkin farming with the Tornado. It looks like cleared out the big camp here. Darkseer is farming pretty quickly for YYF. Slightly ahead, but only very slightly. So then you just have to look at the safe lane. Alk maxing Greevil's Greed versus a PL who doesn't have Greevil's Greed. Well, we'll see a smoke gank now, but it seems to me, like you said, You said IG would get the better trades if they can win mid lane. They're not doing that. I think actually Na'Vi coming out a bit farther ahead. They're trying to make it go on Dendi. They've got Coil. This could be your first blood. Oh, not your first blood, actually. So Na'Vi got that before the rune spawn. But Dendi will go down. A much-needed kill. Good early movement from him.
Dendi didn't even lose any gold, though.
From them.
Very quick purchase on the magic stick as well as the teleport scroll, so he lost 0 gold. Gonna TP back in the lane. Of course, dying's never good. It's 430 now. It's level 6.5. Notice that 430 make that go when he wasn't even level 6. Turn level 6 during the middle of that go and drop the Dream Core for the securing that kill.
A well-executed gank, and it's also right around the 6-minute mark. They might, I wonder if they'll even make a go again as soon as that Observer Ward expires. It also gives precious experience to Jakiro. Now hits level 2. Overall, it is a free farm PL, and if it goes long enough, obviously he'll have the edge over an out.
It's a free farm PL with the Midas.
Wow. PL is a pretty level-dependent hero.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting pickup from Joe, but this is basically saying, Na'Vi, we saw how greedy you were last game. We see you're running a dual core. You're probably maxing Greevil's Greed on Havost. You're running a jungle Chen. We're going to trade, and to trade effectively, we're going to be as greedy as possible on our own.
Now, yesterday when Na'Vi Dihovos played Phantom Lancer, he also won Midas on Phantom Lancer against LGD China. But in that game, he was forced to go for a massive array of early game item in the forms of drums and Vlads. Let's see if Zoe's going to play similar, or is he going to go ultra late game with things like Manstar, Radiance. We'll see. We'll see how much pressure Na'Vi puts up. So far, the pressure has not started just yet, but when you have heroes like Shadow Fiend, Windrunner, as well as Chen, particularly Chen, you could actually get a ton of early game job done. Puppey, almost level 6. That's a critical thing. That means that Puppey and the rest of his team is going to be dying a lot less.
Yeah, early level 6 will help Dendi out a lot. He now gets access to Hand of God. And now diving that Shadow Fiend gets just a bit tougher. On the bottom lane, we'll see 2 heroes grouped up, 430 on the prowl, looking for Kuroki, who we haven't even paid attention to yet this game. We've been so busy looking at the mid lane.
He's level 6.
He's already level 6. That is very efficient pulling. You compare that to Chuan, went for an early smoke gank, only level 4, and now 430 could be in trouble. He tries to orb out. He'll barely escape. Vendetta was used there. Kuroki thought they could get the kill, but the wily 430 will dodge. Dendi in trouble mid. He'll get lifted up and thrown back. The coil deployed. There is a Hand of God online. Dendi surges forward. He knows he's going to go down. Hand of God comes through. He cannot get a kill. Yes, he can. At the last second brings down Faith. The final raise. Dendi does it, but they do get a kill on the Shadow Fiend and Hand of God forced out. Still got to say that favors IG, but nice play from Dendi.
Yeah, that was a sloppy play on IG. If they checked on Chen's level, they would not, because they thought they had the kill, so they were even beginning to back off here, and Dendi was just chucking out raises. Dendi trades his life in a 1v3 gank. I even favor that Dendi. When you get ganked 1v3 and come out ahead with the kill, yeah, you're pretty happy. But Zoe as well as the Havos, those are the storylines. How much are they getting farmed?
You love the Havos.
The Havos.
The mother effing Havos. He's farming.
There's only one.
52 and 12. There's definitely only one.
Yeah.
That is a rather unique name, to say the least. For the time being, Joe, after the early Midas goes back for Tranquil Boots, we'll pick up a Sage's Mask. We'll see if he looks to build a Basilius out of this or what he goes for from here. But it is both teams trading. PL is a pretty fast flash farmer, but you're not going to keep up with Havost. You'll definitely fall behind at least through the mid game. I will say for IG, falling behind is okay. They've got a very good defensive lineup, but they found Faith mid. Dendi wants some souls. So get him now. Give me all your souls. Right back to full. 36 for him. And despite dying a few times, Dendi is still farming. They're farming 2 carries, IG only having 1. Seems like slight advantage to Na'Vi, but it is still very early.
If Faith had the correct idea, it's like, hey guys, Kuroki's been missing for a while. Let me drop a Sentry Ward. Oh wait, he's right on top of me. So that's just
surprise.
A little bit unfortunate. Zoe's gonna now mount the push up top. The Lance is gonna zone out Funnick for a tiny bit, and they're gonna start creep skipping. The rotation should come here from Kuroki. He's making his way up top.
Power shot is there. It's already level 5 on Funnick. He's doing a decent job of stopping this push, Joe. Not disassembling those Tranquil Boots for the time being, and now we might see a gank mid. 430, aggressively positioned. Krogi comes in, only stuns 1. This could be a bad dive for Na'Vi if they commit, and they seem to sense it. Now they'll back off. There's your coil, holding Dendi in position. They're looking for the lift. In comes Kuroki, walks into the ice path. Now wants the Vendetta strike on 430. He might go down as well. Great phase shift dodge. 430 pulls a fast one on him, and they get 2. They lose nothing. All the while, the PL free farming. The Darkseer pushing out the bottom lane. A big win for IG there.
Did they add autocast back on Phase Shift, or is he the pianist or something else? Because 430 is playing out of his mind right now. And we talked about if he's getting a quick early Blink Dagger, he is going to be all the difference maker for IG. And so far, he's halfway there.
He had a little bit of help from his team with the early ganks on Dendi. He obviously was slowed down because his team gave up first blood slightly But in spite of that, overall, 430, well, you got to say he's winning this mid lane. Only 37 and 10, but the big thing for him is finding kills, slowing Dendi down, and farming an early Blink Dagger, now up to 1,000 gold. This is a bit of a problem for Na'Vi. They rely heavily on this Nyx Assassin for KuroKy to initiate team fights, and so far, well, they're not going to have an early BKB on Dendi. He'll have to sit very far back.
So Dendi's not playing too well because he's not getting too much help from his allies. This is very a concentrated decision being made by Puppey. Puppey, if you look at his farm, he's level 8 with the mech almost being finished. It's very easy for him to send a Wildkin and chuck a tornado on the mid lane and basically says, hey, Dendi, now you win mid. He doesn't do that. He's just actually farming away. So I think Na'Vi says, all right, Dendi, just hold on the mid lane. We'll come back and get you a little bit later.
Uh-oh. They've smoked bottom. They want to make a go on Havost. He is currently in Chemical Rage. He's got to be careful. Havost will back off for the time being. Has he purchased the Shadow Blade? He has. Already complete 11 minutes in. This is the time for Na'Vi to start and try and take some fights. We'll see if Havost goes for a kill here. The Shadow Blade not yet spotted out. Will he reveal it? He will.
For 430, in a little bit of trouble being zoned out here by the gank from KuroKy, but having a ward down, scouts out the Vendetta, and we'll be fine.
For the time being, 430, 1,300 gold, getting pretty close, and now a Hand of God bottom lane. And in comes Puppey, charges into 3. IG scatter to the winds. And will back off. Not often do you see a Chen walk into 3 nukers and live to tell the tale, but they knew the backup was coming. They've already dropped a Sentry Ward, in fact 2 Sentry Wards bottom lane, just to make sure. A little bit of insurance here for IG. They do not want to be caught out. Now Chuan, Chemical Raged up. He'll be searched in by YYF. They clip Havost with an Ice Path, but he's too tanky. He's too hard to bring down. They're lacking burst damage. Where's 430? He's coming from the side. Silence is there in KuroKy. He wants to bring this Nyx down before he can use a single spell. The Carapace comes. Another beautiful phase shift. 430 just toying with the minds of Na'Vi. Now 5-3 your score. 12 minutes in. IG, a free farm Phantom Lancer, a lot of pressure on the Alchemist's lane. It seems to me maybe IG getting the slight advantage here.
Well, look at Phantom Lancer, the exact same build as the Havost, going for Vlad first, just want to pressure lanes on the side. And this is probably the best way to play it early. If your other 4 heroes are doing so well at distracting the enemy carry, you want to provide your own distraction in the form of split pushing. And one of the best items to split push is the Vlads.
Yeah, it's a great split pushing item. It'll help him from the jungle as well later on and stay at full HP. Of course, if you just want that, Tranquil Boots are normally enough, but the big thing for me is that he's level 11 at 12 minutes in.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And that's the power of an early Hand of Midas on Zhou. With that early level 11, well, he'll be able to farm faster. As you level up your Juxtapose, you get more and more illusions. Your army will be there longer, and you can look to make things happen. They're going to go in on KuroKy.
But it's going to be a Waning Rift to cancel out the hits, and KuroKy, he is so dead, or is he here? He's dropping a couple of nukes here, but not enough damage output from the Shadow Fiend to make the deal, and they're going to deward that Sentry as well.
They have been so prepared. They've had sentries in every lane all game. IG supports deserve a ton of credit because against the Nyx, against the Shadowblade Alk, if you don't have those, you lose. Just you get absolutely destroyed.
And here we go. It's going to be the Blink Dagger available on 430. You thought he was a beast now. Wait till you see this guy with Blink.
YYF caught up here. Troll Trap to start. Now a vacuum back. Well timed. The stun will still come from the Alk. The Centaur Stomp could be there. It will be there. Good chain stun. Now a clap as well. YYF trying to surge his way to freedom. He can't get out. And they had no backup. Havost finishing the kill off. Actually, Puppey getting the last hit. Mech now available. He's up to 1,200 gold. Has all the components. Just needs to purchase the recipe. In comes Chuan, though. He's still in Vendetta. The first auto attack comes, and now they lift him, and they throw him back. 430 coils as well. He's been dusted. Havost will go down. They don't even get the tower. Seems to me Na'Vi just overstaying their welcome and pressing a bit too much here.
Yeah, they thought they were safe. Did not realize that Chuan had Vendetta, and that's a big spell that you need to be very careful of. If you check on the net worth here, Alchemist falling a little bit behind here despite him having Grievo's Greed. On the mid lane, they'll Blink into a deny. Woo! Speaking of Blink,
what a player. What a freaking player.
Dendi also has a Blink, and this is going to be beautiful to watch. I have not seen a Blink Shadow Fiend since.
This is so bold.
Yeah.
To go Blink Dagger in this game, when they have Surge into Rubik just auto-attacking you and lifting you, when they have so much initiation, a Blink Puck is now online. To go for a Blink Dagger on Dendi, he is really trusting in his own reactions, as well as the backup of Puppey to keep him safe. But make no mistake about it, Dendi is incredibly squishy. This is an extremely glass cannon-like build.
But this is the difference that we saw from yesterday's game when they picked the Shadow Fiend against LGD China. Instead of going for the Blink or Shadow Blade, he went for BKB. They weren't for any kind of early game action. They were just farming. And having a Blink Dagger actually accelerates